Hello everyone. Now today we will move toward the next topic from our unit number 2, and the topic name is multidimensional data model. So these are the contents which we are going to cover today, that multidimensional data model, its introduction, and what are the different models we are having, that is star, snowflake and fact constellation schemas. So we will start with the introduction of multidimensional data model. We have seen before that what is the data cube and the aggregation of data cube. So in that data cube we can model our data and view in that data into the multiple dimensions, and that are defined as the dimensions and the facts. So we have seen at the time of aggregation we can use that data cube, that is also called as a cells. Different cells are storing different attributes and we are aggregating them by using that data cube. So we are having a different dimensions that we can store on that particular cube. That's why a multi-dimensional data terms comes at that time the data cube terms comes. So with that we will see what is the dimensions and what is the fact. So dimensions are nothing but the entities with respect to which organization want to keep that record, means whatever the records we are keeping in our data warehouse, the dimensions we are storing, that is entities with respect to that records we are storing, and that is called as the dimensions. And the facts are nothing but the numerical measures. These are quantities by which we are analyzing the data. So we are going to see the examples of this also. So before that, where we are storing the dimensions and that facts, for that we are having dimension tables and the fact tables. So this multi-dimensional data model is a very popular model for our data warehouse. Such a model can exist in the form of different models, that is star schema or snowflake schema likewise. So in this, whenever we are saying a dimension, that is different entities related to a data to be recorded, that all set of similar attendant tables, one for each dimension, means we are having a single table for each dimension that we are going to mention. For that we are using this dimension table. The next is fact tables, that contain the facts of measure. It contains bulk of data with number of redundancy, means we are having a fact table, and in that fact table we are storing a different dimensions over there. We are storing the different dimensions over there in that fact table, and then for each dimension we are having a different or a single dimension table. So if I am storing one fact one dimension in this fact table, then for this dimension we are also having a single dimension table. So in this way we are going to store our data. So here is an example. We can see that this is what the fact table, and which are different facts we are having: a time key, item key, the branch key, location, how much units sold, how much dollars sold, etc. So these are nothing but our facts, and these are what a dimension. For this each dimension or each entity we are having a different table. For example, location key. So this is what a location key, that is, we can see here, this location key is one of the dimension in my fact table. That dimension is showing one table with a location key. So location key is one dimension. For that particular dimension I am having a single table named as a dimension table, and in that I am having a different information related to that location key, that is street, its city, its states and country, etc. So in this way we are using a fact table that will contains the fact of measures, means which factors we are going to measure over there, and after that for each dimensions in that table we are having a separate dimension table. So these are the contents which we are going to cover today. Then moving towards the next type, that is what are the different multi-dimensional data models we are having. So the name are star schema model, then snowflake schema model, and the fact constellations schema. So let us see it one by one. So starting with our star schema model. The most common modeling paradigm is this star schema model, in which the data warehouse contains a large central table, or you can say as a fact table, that containing the bulk of a data with no redundancy. There should not be any redundancy in that table. There should not be any redundancy in a particular data whenever we are having a bulk of data. It should avoid a redundancy, and that will be a central table, that is called as a fact table. And the next thing, we are having a set of smaller attendant tables. That attendant tables are also called as a dimension table, one for each dimension that are mentioned into the fact tables. So, in this way we have to represent a star schema of data which is we are having in our data warehouse. So, in that we are showing our data with the fact tables and dimension table. So, in this star schema, each dimension is represented by only one table. Each dimensions we are going to represent by only one table, and each table contain the set of attributes. Means a dimension is represented by single table, but each table can have the different attributes of that dimension. For example, suppose I am considering the example that all electronic cell contains. So, this is what my example, that we are having one fact table called as a cells table, and the 4 dimension table. What is the dimension we are having? Time, item, branch and location. These are my 4 what we can say dimensions table we are having in our example. So, let us see how we can store that. So, starting with the star schema, actually how it is shown. So, I have a cells table, that is what my fact table, and what I have said, a large central table. So, I have mentioned this table into the center. This is what my central table, its name is fact table. So, what are the dimensions we are having here? So, like time key, item key, branch key, location key, dollar sold, unit sold. Okay. So, with that, whatever the key we are mentioning, that keys are nothing but a dimension, and the remaining things are attributes of this table. So, whenever I am saying a time key is my one of the dimension of the fact table. So, this time key should have their own dimension table. So, here we can see the dimension table of a time key. So, here this is what a time, which is my dimension, which I have stored in the fact table. For this dimension table, we are having a different attributes for this table. So, this first attribute will be same as mentioned in the fact table. So, you can see it is a time key, same matching we are having here, that that will be like a primary key. So, both are should be matched over there. So, it is what a time key, that is what the first factor we are having, or first attribute we are having, that is a time key. With that, which different attributes we can have related to our time? The time like a day, which is the day, what is the month, then what is a quarter, year. So, this data we can store in our dimension table named as a time. Okay. So, this is all about the time key dimension. With that, we can have the item key. So, we will see what is the item. So, item is I am showing as one of the dimensions. So, that is why I am mentioning a single dimension table for that item also. It is containing item key, the same key which we are having in our fact table, the same key should be here in the dimension table. The first key should be a same key. Then next is what is the name of that item, what will be its brand, then its type, what is the supplier type of that item, etc. information or attributes we can have for that particular item. With that, next thing is a branch key. So, what a branch can specify? So, I will have another dimension table named as a branch. With that, I will have the same parameter, first parameter or first attribute will be same like a branch key. With that, I will have a branch name and branch type. So, these are different attributes we can have with branch dimension. The next and the last dimension is location key. So, I will have a different table called as a location as a dimension table, and in that I will store my first key as a location key. With that, what the other attributes I can store, like a street, city, what will be the state, what will be the country. So, in this way we can justify or specify the location in different way, like a street, city, state and country. So, in this way we are making our star schema. So, there will be a single fact table, with that we can have a different dimension table, right. So, this model is called as a star schema because it follows the structure like a star. We are having a central table and then we are having different table which are nothing but the edges of the they look like the edges of the stars. So, in this way we are having this star schema over here. So, this constraint may introduce some redundancy. It may happen that redundant attributes can be available with item also, or it may be available with the location also. So, this may happen with a star schema. Now, moving towards the next type, that is called as a snowflake schema. What the snowflake schema says, it is another variant of the star schema model. So, we are going to follow something from the star schema, that is why I am calling it as a snowflake schema, is a variant of the star schema model, where some dimensions tables are normalized, thereby further splitting them into additional tables. So, what we are going to do, we are working on the dimension table. So, what we have done on that, we are normalizing these dimension tables and then we are further splitting them into the additional tables. So, we will consider some factor or some attributes from dimensional table and then we are splitting that attributes into the another tables. This we are going to done in this snowflake schema. The major difference between these two, that is the star and the snowflake schema, is that we are having the dimension table of the snowflake may be kept in normalized form to reduce the redundancy. So, whatever redundancy are occurring in our star schema, that redundancy we can remove by using this snowflake schema. So, this is what a big and major difference between these two. So, let us see what it contains. So, again it will have a single fact table at a known as a central table. With that we can have any number of normalized dimension table. The normalized word is very important and we are having a number of normalized dimension table in this snowflake schema. So, with that we are going to see the same example of all electronic cells which contains one fact table and different dimensional table. So, in previous example, that is in a star schema, we have seen the 4 dimension table. Now, we are converting that 4 dimensional table into the 6 normalized dimension table. So, how we are going to, now that basic 4 dimension tables are mentioned here, that is time, item, branch and location. How we are going to make them normalized? So, let us see by an example. So, the same example that we have taken previously for this star schema, the same example I have mentioned over here, same cell tables with the same attributes, time key, item key, branch key, location key, dollar sold and unit sold, same attributes we are having. With that time key, we are having a different time dimensional table which is having time key, then day, month, quarter, year. Then the next is item key, with that we are having a item dimensional table with its name, brand, type and supplier key. Then next is branch key, which is having its name and type with a separate branch dimension table, and the last is location key with the location, street and city key. Now, what one change I have done over here, that in location table previously I am having first as a location key, then street, city, state, country. Now, what I have done, I have made this as a city key. Okay, I have made that as a city key. Now, city key will show the different cities, states and countries. So, in this way we can make a normalization over there. So, we are moving that from lower level to higher level, that concept hierarchy towards we are moving to the higher level. So, now which are different dimensions we are having in this item table? Now, we will see the supplier key is one of the dimension, right. So, we can elaborate that supplier key over here with another dimension table. So, what I am taking here, I am taking the additional table for this supplier key dimension and I am mentioning that table as a supplier dimension table, and in that I will show what is the type of supplier, which kind of supplier type we are going to provide. So, in this way we can have that supplier key. So, in previous example what we have done, instead of this supplier key, what we are having in that, we are having a supplier type. In that case we are having a supplier type So, with that supplier type, now I am going to convert it as a, here you can see, here I am mentioning it as a supplier type, here I am mentioning that city, state and country. So, I am making this parameter as a normalized. So, I have made that supplier type as a supplier key, and then in that supplier type I am mentioning in that supplier key dimension, I am mentioning a different dimension table called as a supplier, and in that I am going to mention them as a type of supplier. So, in this way we can make or make it as a normalized form of dimensional table. So, same for this city key, in that I have just mentioned it as a city, now I am mentioning it as a city key. So, I will have a different table named as a city dimensional table with that common city key as my first attribute. With that, what I can store? I can have a state, I can have a country information with this city dimension. So, in this way I am making that table as a normalized due to avoid the redundancies, I can make them as a normalized. So, in this way we can have our model called as a snowflake schema. So, what will be its advantages? This table are very easy to maintain and they also save the storage space, and the disadvantages of this are it can reduce the effectiveness of a browsing of data since we require the more joins. As we are creating the number of tables, because of this normalization the table count is increasing, and because of this we will require the more joins. As you all of you know, have you performed different operations on the database tables, right? In DBMS subject. So, whenever there will be more number of tables, so more joins will be required to perform your query. So, the same thing will happen in this snowflake schema, and it will reduce the effectiveness whenever we are browsing for something data, and therefore, the system performance will be degraded over here. Hence, that snowflake schema is not as popular as the star schema. That is why the star schema are a very popular form of this multi-dimensional data model. So, these are what the disadvantages and advantages of snowflake. There is also the last model we are having, that is called as a fact constellations schema. What it says, it is a sophisticated application may require the multiple fact tables. So, whatever we have seen up till now in star and snowflake schema, we are having a single fact table, but it may happen that in some complex application or sophisticated application, it may happen that we are requiring the more than one fact table to share something dimensions of that dimension table. So, in this kind of schema that can be viewed as a collection of a star, and hence it is called as a galaxy schema, means whenever we are having a different fact table, so this collection will be look like as a collection of a stars. That is why it is called having another name called as a galaxy schema, or also it is called as a fact constellation schema. So, we are having a different fact tables here, its name indicates a different fact tables we are going to use. So, it contains, now it will contains one fact table or more than one fact table, you can say two fact table also, and you can have the any number of normalized dimensions table, any number of normalized dimensions table we can have. So, it should be one or more than one fact table. Okay. So, example, same examples we are going to see here, that is all electronic cell contents. So, in that example we are going to see the two fact tables. So, before that we have seen the cells as a fact table, now we are going to add one more fact table named as a shipping. So, for application that will require a sales information with the shipping. So, for that purpose we can have these two fact tables with 6 normalized dimension tables. So, same table dimensions we are taking over here, that is time, item, branch and location. Now, let us see this by an example. So, same example from the star schema I have taken, only the thing I have changed is in that we are having a supplier type, here I am mentioning a supplier key same like a snowflake schema, and here I am mentioning the city as a city key and not mentioning with the state and country over here. So, in this way a state and country over here. So, in this way we are going to represent this fact constellation. These are the basics requirement, that we are having a single fact table with that all the dimensions like a time, item, location and branch. Now, how we can have another fact table? So, here is my another fact table called as a shipping with different attributes. So, what will be the attribute? Time key, item key, shipper key, to location. You can have to location, from location, dollar cost, units, how many units shipped, different information we can have regarding to this shipping as a fact table. With this I have to map my dimensions. So, time key dimension will show the time dimensional table. So, in this way I am going to show this relationship between this time key and this time dimension table. Then next is item key, it must show the relationship with the item dimensional table. So, in this way we are going to show the dimensions are having their own dimension table. Then next is shipper key, it is another new term regarding to this shipping. So, for that I am going to create one dimensional table named as a shipper. With that what the things we can have as an attribute for that shipping, like a shipper name, then what is the location and its key, and that location key is ultimately going to show the location as a dimensional table, as I am mentioning it as a key. So, this location key will be mapped to this location dimensional table, and this location dimensional table can also map to the to location format, right. So, these are the redundant attribute. We can say that this location key is present over here also, to location is present here also, or from location is present here. With that we are having another location key in the shipper dimensional table, right. The next thing what we can have, the shipper type, which kind of shipper, that type we are also mentioning with this shipper. So, you can see that we are handling the two fact tables here simultaneously. This is one, this is another fact table. With that we can have a single dimension table for the both attributes of the fact table. Attributes of both fact table, we are having time key as a attribute in the both fact tables, which are mapping to the same dimensional table. Again, the another thing we are having over here is that we are having the different fact tables over here. With that we are mentioning the dimension tables, and we can give single dimensions with the multiple attributes of that table. So, this is what the contents we are seen today is the fact constellation schema. Then the next is we have seen the star schema and the snowflake schema. So, all these are very important part of this unit. These schemas are very important, and what we have seen in star schema, that we are having many redundancies, but whenever we are removing we want to remove that redundancy. So, it ultimately it is going to be affect on the browsing, because we are requiring the more joining with the more tables, and this fact constellation schema is providing a facility of having many fact tables, and it will look a collection of a different stars. So, you can see in this example we are having many fact tables. So, this is what dimensions and the facts we are having. So, the dimensions are nothing but these are the perspectives or entity with respect to which the organization want to keep the record, and each dimension may have a table associated with it called as a dimensional table. Fact is nothing but a multi-dimensional data model which is typically organized around a central theme, that is called as a central table, and this theme can be known as a fact table, and that facts are having a numerical measures. These are the quantities by which we are going to analyze our data. So, these are all related to fact and fact table. So, the fact table contain the name of facts or measures as well as the keys. We can see different keys we are having. So, we can have a keys for each of the related dimension table. That is why we are showing the dimension table for every attribute which is having as a key as a parameter, right. So, for designing a fact table we have to think on all the required entities for that analyzing of data. These entities are perspectives with respect to which the organization keep records or analyze that data, and all these entities become the dimensions for your fact table, right. So, we have seen its example also, that locations key as a dimension table, etc., etc. So, today we will stop over here. Thank you all of you.